Hi everyone, welcome to this series of tutorials on UITools plugin for Unity. In this episode you will find a brief plugin overview and user interface examples. At first you will need to download UITools plugin from Unity Asset Store and import it to your project. Once you did it, you will find UITools content under one single folder. There is a README file included to this plugin that contains short information and also the link to the main website, where you can find more detailed information about the plugin, the use cases, the scripting API. Let's get back to the Unity and open example scene. This scene contains the list of user interface examples that's most commonly used in many interfaces. The first one is an off button. It simply allows to change the button state by mouse click or any other action through scripting API. The second one is multi-state button. UITools allows you to set up as much custom states as you need and to manage state switching according to your game or application logic. With UITools, you can create the radio button groups with any UI styling with just in minutes. It allows user to choose one option from the listed. Each state could be not just the background and image, but also includes their opacity changing, and even more, it could include the position change with additional animation. You can change the states in various directions, and as you can see, it works really smooth. Accordion is a well-known UI approach that allows user to just focus his attention on just active element and just hide another one. The submenu looks pretty the same to the accordion, but contains any list of sub-items. This is also most commonly used for large or complex menus. And finally, tabs with content is also a very well known approach to let users see just a piece of content as an interface. You can adjust the tab's position and style in any place on the screen that you need. This is just an example of functionalities that UITools are providing. So, all these examples are just included prefabs in the example scene, but it's also possible to use them out of the box in your game. So let's take a look how we can do this. Let's create a new scene and add the canvas. I'm use the reference resolution to scale all UI elements positions. So if you want to use cases from the prefabs, just check to set up your reference resolution to this one. Otherwise, you will need to rescale UI elements manually. Alright, to add any use case we just seen, go to the context menu, UITools, use cases, and choose any of the use case you need to test or integrate to your application. For example, on-off button, once we add it, we can use it, all actions are linked, so it is ready for integration. Let's try another one. For example, radio buttons group. it also ready for use. Okay, all use cases usually contains the list of game objects linked together, and that even contains several UI tools components. If you want to start with a single one component to play with or to build your custom interface functionality, you could choose another option to add from context menu, UI tools, UI item or other component. This set will also could include the game objects added to their initial state, but actually this is minimalistic setup. So for example, for UI state item, we have 3 default state, inactive, active, disabled, so we have 3 predefined game object states included to this game object at all. So we don't have any linked actions or button components included to this setup. So this is the second option how you could start with UI tools. The first one is the prefabs use cases, the second one is a single component, and finally, if you want to build your own functionality from scratch, you could add UI tool component to your fresh game object. In this case, you will have only default content for selected component and no game objects under it, so you will need to create it manually. This one is for advanced level. I believe we will cover all these stages in future videos to cover how to build your custom UI components, UI behaviors, starting from all 3 levels we just shown. And before I finish, I would like to show you one handy script that I've added to UI tools. This helps me a lot while interface building. So actually, for example, if we have a UI object, I usually need to set up the anchors of the object to the object corners. It's pretty annoying to set up it every time when you change the object position. So let me scale it a bit. For this purpose, I will have a script here. Just click at Rect Transform and choose the Set Anchors to Object Corners. Yeah, this works pretty good with several game objects. So this saved me a lot of time during any interface adjustments. So just select all the game objects and call the Set Anchors to Object Corners. Voila! This one should be very useful for everyone. So this is it. Thank you for watching. I will cover in details UI components and use cases in future videos. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and to Twitter to stay updated. Until next time, cheers!